Hello and welcome to another goals session. I'm Devani Alderson.
And I'm Leora Alderson.
And we're the co-founders of the I Create Daily brand, a movement of creators serious about their art. We are the co-hosts of the I Create Daily podcast and the co-creators of the 90-Day Goals Journal, which we are talking about in these goal sessions. And if you watched the last video, it was about your annual goals and why you need an anchored vision or dream for goal setting. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about how to decide what to do, what goals to pursue, because there's so many and we all want to do so many things in life and throughout a year.
So like you said, like this session is more about how to define your goals and decide what it is.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit longer and more nitty gritty. So if you have a note-taking device, then
that's a good time if you don't already have the journal. And if you don't worry, we will be publishing this on our website and we will include the link to that in the show notes.
So I'm going to read a little bit on from page 112 on the 90-Day Goals Journal, and we have two processes. This is going to be defining your goals, and the next video will be refining your goals. So I will read. How to decide what to do. If you need help identifying your priorities, this should help. Decisions can be hard to navigate. Now, more than ever, there are more things to do and more opportunities than any other time in history. When it comes to creators and entrepreneurs, there are endless possibilities and opportunities to make money doing the work you love. The challenge then becomes how to decide what to do and when. If you struggle with identifying the best goals for you to focus on, we present two options for making virtually any decision.
Yeah, in life, not just in terms of goals, but yes.
If this first, most simple 3-step process isn't enough, then expand into the second one on the next page, which we'll cover in another video. We've adapted tips from highly successful business leaders to help you sort through the decision maze. The simplest 3-step process used by Warren Buffett, covered in an Inc.com article, which we'll link in the show notes. Step 1, write down your top 25 or so career goals on a single piece of paper. Step 2, circle only the top 5 options, and that's your top 5 options, so the ones that you really are drawn to. Step 3, put the top 5 on a list below.
Or on a blank piece of paper.
File the remaining 20 in a goals folder that you avoid at all costs until your top 5 are done. Then you can revisit that list. And what that really does is it helps you hone in on manageable things to do so that you don't feel like you have to do 25 things in 1 year, which might be doable, but you first start with 5.
Yeah.
And so the last quote from Warren Buffett, no matter what, these things get no attention from you until you've succeeded with your top 5.
So in other
Let
words,
me reread that because I flubbed up, guys. No matter what, these other things get no attention from you until you've succeeded with your top 5. So like we just said, it just lessens the overwhelm.
Yeah. And so then you list your top 5 goals, and don't worry if you can't decide which one is going to be the most important, because like Devani said, we cover that on the next session. And next you can work these 5 into your quarterly, monthly, and weekly plan. So, but we start with the big list, we start with a macro list, and then we work our way backwards, reverse engineering, deconstructing. If this is where you want to be in a year from now, or what you want to have done in a year from now, then what has to happen each quarter, month, week, and day to make that a reality.
And again, like we mentioned in the last video, this is again another chance for you to write everything that you want to do, and it will really help you. And again, like with the anchoring of your purpose, it'll help you figure out, okay, this is how I want to feel, this is what I want to be, this is what I want to have, so what are the steps that I need, what are the goals that I need to set to have those things in a year from now, or even, and all these same processes can be used when determining things like 5-year goals, 10-year goals, all those longer term.
As well as weekly goals.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that we'll incorporate into this as well, we recommend like the Jeff Woods Gary Keller process that we've talked about in other podcasts of the one thing book. So then as you list your top 5, and so then your task is to come back and identify, of those 5, what is the one thing of all of them that if you could only do one thing, must be your choice of the thing that you want to have done before year's end.
While keeping in mind that you are able to do everything, just not everything all at once. And I think Oprah said that, but I don't remember. So many people have said it that I think everybody says
it. Yeah. So, and it's very valid. So again, you know, don't worry about saying, well, but what if I, because I also want to do these other things. Also, and this is the reality. The reality is we all have multiple areas of life, in particular where you may be wanting to set a goal for your physical body. You may be wanting to set a career goal for your job if you work for others right now. And you also may be wanting to set a goal for your entrepreneurial or creative endeavor. And your relationship, your family, your spiritual life. So you can use the same process for each area of life in which you want to set a goal and get it done. So it isn't like, okay, my 5 most important goals, and from that I'm going to choose one thing. I'm never going to do anything else the rest of my life, or rather the rest of this year. But rather, then you repeat that process for each area of your life. And the thing that we've discovered for ourselves, as well as working with the challenge group members and the goals journal group members, is that everyone gets more done when they start tracking their goals and setting about making them happen.
And you just feel good about doing things.
Yeah.
You know, we had a member, Emily, who has a music, she does music coaching, as well as she plays music, she does events, and she also has her own, she was recently starting her own ministry site and blog and group and everything, and she always feels so much better. Like, she commented recently that she just feels good when she's able to get those little goals done in the beginning of the week, which helps motivate her to continue accomplishing. And we hear that a lot with people and just ourselves. The more we actually do the daily goals and weekly goals, the more we're motivated to tackle these bigger goals.
Yeah, and by getting them out of your head and onto paper, they're also more likely to get done, especially then if you look at this and work with it daily, or whether it's this or some other journal that you favor, or even just a notepad. Getting it out and working with it is important. So, okay, so look forward to sharing with you guys more how to refine your decision-making, your goal-setting process on the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.